content editor of American Whiskey Magazine. I'm a contributing editor to Whiskey Magazine. I judge the World Whiskies Awards. I judge the Icons of Whiskey. I contribute to Alcohol Professor. I built and I run Michael Beach's website. And I do all the whiskey things. I've been teaching this class here at the New Orleans Bourbon Festival since the first year. The first year I taught 3 sections and we all got rained on and we had a great time. The second year we had the sun beating down on us and street noise and we still had a great time. So you know, it's a lot of fun, and I have a lot of repeat people coming back to my class every year, and I'm really surprised. Has anybody here done my class before? Nobody. So this is an entirely new group of people, and that's really exciting for me. You can find me online at lougirl502.com, on Twitter and Instagram at lougirl502, and on Facebook at lougirl502. L-O-U as in Louisville, and then 502 our zip code, because I'm real creative, you know. This idea came from my own frustration, which I think is one of the places where some of the best ideas come from. I kept going into cigar lounges and asking for recommendations. What kind of whiskey should I pair with this cigar? And I kept hearing the same thing over and over and over again. You should pair a full-bodied cigar with a full-bodied whiskey, or a light-bodied cigar with a light-bodied whiskey. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But I heard it everywhere I go, everyone I asked. And I was like, is this just one of those things that gets repeated so much that people don't question it anymore? And so I was complaining about this to Michael one time, and he was like, well, why don't you just start doing it? And I was like, oh, well, yeah, I guess I could do that. So we went over to our friend Wayne's house and sat on his porch, and we got a whole bunch of bottles of whiskey out and had a cigar, and then we just sat around and we tried all these different whiskeys with these cigars and said, you know what, we really like this, we really like this. And what I found out was there's a method to it. So when you have a really full-bodied cigar, you don't want a really full-bodied whiskey. You want something that's going to balance out the flavor profiles. So you want to look at specific key flavors that are in the cigar and in the whiskey and find things that go together, things that complement each other. And that's difficult because everybody has a different palate. Michael and I seem to have a very similar palate in that respect, but everybody has a different palate. So what I'm going to teach you today is a method for pairing whiskey and cigars that's going to help you find the thing that you like the best for your own palate. Does that sound good?
A few moments later.
The Maker's Mark the best. Got a couple? You can raise your hand higher than that. Nobody's going to shame you. That's not what we're here for. Who liked the Old Forester best? And then who likes the Four Roses the best? Yeah. And that's usually how it kind of breaks down. There's never anything that's universally loved or universally hated. But what you've done is you've figured out how to find things that you love and not things that I think you should love.